welcome to Abundant Home. I thought I would do a little everyday makeup tutorial this morning. I am a mom that wears makeup most every day. I just feel like I can kind of show up to my day a little bit better with a little bit of makeup on. And I probably do more of a full face than some moms do, and it just depends. I don't always do everything, but today I'm going to do pretty much what I basically do every day. There are of course days it doesn't happen, but most of the days this is what I do, and I am far from a professional. I don't have a lot of fancy brushes or anything like that. I just do kind of the quick version of what makes me feel the best. So I'm going to show you what I did today. So first of all, I wash my face with just like a microfiber rag. I should say washcloth. I discovered that those work really well for me, and I don't have to use a lot of soap or chemicals, any at all. Fiber rag of some kind or washcloth. You can get them from Norwex. You can get them in the dollar section of a store. I'm sure the Norwex ones are way better, but they all do the trick. They take off my makeup. They don't leave a lot of like residue underneath, and I don't have to use any soap or chemicals. So I love that. Then I use a very cheap, can you see this? It's the Aldi brand of face cream. I really like how it goes on, smooth. It's not greasy, but I feel really hydrated. I have really dry skin. So I need to get good and hydrated before I put my makeup on, particularly in the winter. It's summer right now, but in the winter, if I do not get on a good moisturizer, my makeup and face look horrible and feel like the desert. So as you see, I have a little bit of a helper today. This is Lucia, and she doesn't want to be put down today, so she's gonna join us. Aren't you, Lucia? Oh my goodness. She's teething, as you can tell. So the next thing I use, as you'll see with kind of the simple theme, everything is over-the-counter cheap makeup brands. This is the e.l.f. Tone Adjusting Face Primer. And I've really just gotten into trying out face primers because I find that if I like have somewhere to be even midway through the day, I was having to reapply quite a bit of makeup because it looked just really faded. And with this, I'm hoping this will really help my makeup to stay. So that's the goal. And e.l.f. is an inexpensive brand, but that primer, it just feels like satin when you put it on. It feels amazing. I absolutely love it. So I start with that, and then next I go to another e.l.f. brand. I love their foundation. The foundation I used before e.l.f. was always the Mary Kay matte wear, I think. Can't even remember which one it was, and it was amazing. I love it, but when I can't get a hold of it, or I'm in a hurry to get makeup, or I want something a little bit cheaper, this one has the best coverage of any cheap foundation that I have found, and I really love it. I wear the natural color. So then I just apply it all over, pretty willy-nilly. I should probably use only my fourth finger to keep away wrinkles, but ain't nobody got time for that. Oh, Lucia. We might have to do something so she's happy here. So on goes the foundation, as you see. Just a really kind of light layer, but I like it to have a little bit of coverage. What's the matter, honey? Go say hello. Mwah. Next, I found this age rewind, actually recommended by another blogger. Can you see that? I don't think it's focusing. Anyway, and it is, who's it by? Maybelline. And it's wonderful. I wear ivory. And you just click it up, and then I just kind of make a little triangle right under my eye. Then I kind of get started on where I'm going to highlight by doing a little bit of highlighting in those places. And that kind of gets my color palette started the way I want it to on my face. So then I just rub those things in. Yeah, oh, I think this, oh, honey. Oh, you choking yourself. Those teeth are a beast, you guys. I think I'll go get her some teething gel. You precious girl. But yeah, real life, real life. Sometimes you do your makeup with your baby on your shoulder. Oh. If she's fussy, we'll take a break. Anyway, so then I just rub those in here where I want the lighter parts to be. Straight down my nose, up in here. Get it rubbed in on the sides. Who knows how this is actually looking, because looking in a camera is a lot different than looking in the mirror, for those of you that have done this before. Okay, honey. My kids are getting started on their piano lessons, laundry, and homework right now. Schoolwork. We homeschool, so they have a list of everything they need to do, so they're getting started on that while I do this real quick in the bathroom, which is usually how it works. I find a moment where people are occupied, and I run in here and do it for about 5 minutes. It's going to be longer than that today because I'm explaining things. All right. Honestly, people have like a way that they do everything. I do whatever I grab next. That's just my personality. So the next thing I'm using is this Believe Beauty lipstick. It's my new favorite color. It was from Dollar General. And unless Believe is the brand, that's all I know. So then I apply this Believe Beauty. And this is about a one-stop shop. Like, it stays most of the day. And so, bottom lip. And then I kind of do like that X thing here. To make for a better line. I could do lip liner, but this is a regular day, so just getting her done. All right, the next thing, I might have to put her down eventually here, is I'll do a little bit of light contouring. I do a little bit of that every day. So again, e.l.f. contour palette. And this is just a real kind of narrow brush. It used to be more narrow, but I've used it a lot. Yeah. Are you feeling done? So I use the darkest color right here, and I just go a little bit right under my natural cheekbone. My natural cheekbones are pretty high. I've discovered that if I put it too low, it just shows really bad. And I've had days where my contouring, I look at pictures later and I'm like, whoa, needed to rub that in, people, because I am usually in a hurry. So there's that contouring right there, and then I just rub it in really good toward my hairline, and just a tiny bit toward the front of my face. And then I'm going to use whatever's left on the brush to do the higher up contouring around my forehead, and then I'll just get a little bit more to do my nose. So right here, and right here. And of course, the contouring works best when you do very, very specific lines and blend it in really well. This is everyday, people. It's probably not going to happen every day like that. So I just try to get it right along the side of my nose, just to narrow that schnoz a little bit. You can kind of see how it's already doing its magic. Oh, baby. And then I rub it in a little bit. And then again, whatever's left, I'm gonna just bring in my face a little bit. Just some real gentle contouring that I do every day, and it just makes me feel like my face is drawn in a little bit more. Next, I use this Bare Minerals, the Secrets Out blush. Love it. I think I got it at Marshall's. And it's just such a good kind of everyday pink. And I just love that color because it just brightens me up just a little bit, but I don't feel painted. Oh, are you gonna be sad? Oh, shh. Hey, poor Lucy. She's had a little bit of a week. Yes, she has. So then I do a little bit of highlighting. Now I'm sure you makeup gurus are gonna be like, you have to get a different highlighting brush. I just tap off what I used, my excess. I should get one of those awesome fan brushes. I'm sure they're amazing, but I have not used them. Hello. Oh, my love. My love. And then I go to my e.l.f. highlighter, illuminating highlighter. So next is highlighting. Like I said, I don't use a different brush. I just use the same brush. It's just a soft brush. Like I said, I think the fan brushes work better, but that's not what I use. And again, I use the e.l.f. highlighting palette, illuminating palette. There's a lot of different colors, and you amazing makeup people can probably explain that to me, but I just use the light highlighting one. And I just brush it on, just right on the top of my cheekbone. Top of my cheekbone, tip of my nose, tip of right here, here, and then right up in between my eyes. And then I do a little bit more up here because that's where I like the strongest highlight. Right there. And so that's done. And then once in a while I'll do a little bit just to re-emphasize that contour line right here. Of course, I don't want a line. If I come back and see a line, I rub in. So next, I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I didn't start filling in my eyebrows till the fill-in eyebrows craze of the, I don't know, late 2000 teens, but it has made a big difference. They really are right. Having a decent strength of brow makes a big difference in your overall face. So again, I use, and it's almost gone, this e.l.f. product for brows. Mine is almost gone, and it's medium. And I use mostly the wax. So I come up underneath my brow. See, this is gonna be the trick, doing this. And just give a good line and then try to just come across. As you see, I've got these like wild brows. I've stopped plucking underneath. Maybe people would say that I should, but I figure I have kind of thin brows by nature, and I gotta keep what I have. So I just go along that line and then rub it in. Very, very quick brow thing. And then I have this angled brow brush. You see that? This is my wild brow. This is my dad's eyebrow. Thank you, Dad. Where it just splays and does crazy things. But I just noticed that if I fill it in a bit, it kind of tricks the eye into thinking that it's not a crazy brow. And then a little bit on top too. And then this is the powder portion, and I get a little bit of that powder on just to fill in gaps. See, now that got a little too dark for my liking on that side. So then I just rub it away until I'm comfortable with how they look. Like that. Next, I will go to eyeshadow. Right now, I'm using an old Estee Lauder palette, 2-in-1 eyeshadow, the wet dry formula. And today I'm just gonna use this nice kind of flesh color. I mean, honestly, it's like the color of my face practically. And I'm gonna put that on my lid. There are so many different ways to do eyeshadow, and I enjoy a lot of them, but this is like quick. Quick in that I need to go help out my kiddos here in a minute, because they probably will be coming to the end of what they can do independently here pretty soon. And then in the crease, I don't always do a crease during the day, but there's this really pretty plum color, and it's a good contrast to my eyes. I have like greenish hazel eyes. So purple is on the opposite end of the color wheel of green, so it makes green kind of pop. And since the green is kind of the preferred shade in my hazel eyes, that's the shade I like to play up. Not that I'm super specific about it, because makeup is for fun. So I don't like, try to wear shades that complement me, but I don't tell myself you can never wear a shade that isn't at the opposite end of the color wheel. I'm not that obsessive. And so then, mascara. Sometimes I do eyeliner. I'm not going to today because I'm trying to kind of do the easy version. Look at how crabby that is. But this is my favorite cheap mascara. Just the pink Professional Super Thick Lash CoverGirl. It's been in production probably since the 80s. It's the best one. For me, I think it's best after a few uses, when you kind of pump some air into there and it gets a little bit thicker. I'm kind of a lash girl. I love to wear false lashes, but I don't do it regularly. I haven't really perfected it, to be honest. So the thing about mascara for me, I used to joke about this in college, the trick to mascara is when you think you're done, you're not. So I start with my first coat. Just a little bit underneath. A little bit on top. And I'm gonna let that partially dry and get kind of tacky. And then it layers so much better when it's had a little bit of time to dry. But I do make sure that I'm getting in the corner, and particularly on this corner, because that's what really opens up your eyes, is when you have those eyelashes that kind of come out the side a little bit. Sorry, I'm not good at talking while doing mascara. Have you guys ever experimented with seeing if you can keep your mouth closed while doing mascara? I've challenged myself, but today I'm not going to challenge myself. So I'm gonna let that dry for a minute. But honestly, I'm pretty much done. So this is probably gonna be a 10-minute video, but it's about a 5-minute makeup routine. And then I will come back probably and do more mascara after I've like fixed my hair, done some dry shampoo, given about 5 minutes, and do one more coat. And that'll really open them up even more. So I'll show you when that's done. But you may not be able to see a huge difference today. But anyway, well, thank you for joining me for my makeup tutorial, everyday makeup of this mom.